Alright, it's September 3rd, 2021. I just went with Linda to first we went to Roosevelt Field, but they did not have the size sneaker that I needed. Then they couldn't order it online because the size was sold out. So then we drove all the way further out we went all the way from Queens, Nassau, and Suffolk today. And in Suffolk County, at Deer Park Outlet, which is an outside concourse for National Mall, and mall security, which has the linguistics. It is so... The reason why I yell, scream, and curse at the dumb, fucking, and useless is because they allowed this painting and this deceitful setup to arise. They took money that was earmarked for and care marked for the children of Earth and for the global security at Planetary, and they created in some kind of CGI technology studio some break in it's a break in galactic equipment, and then it's a torsion. It was a spiral fracture. And that's... Now, if I say the words I took part in it, it is not that I took part to create it that way. I was happily looking after via some extra Prometheus, whatever. Like, there's a section of the galaxy and universe where I don't have to have a proboscis, and I don't, or a projection, and I don't have to have cameras on blinking all the time for recording for this species. There are space and time areas where I prefer to have a genetic signature with no cameras running and no proboscis and no orifice whatsoever, because I have no need to communicate, and I also have no need for audio engineering, like sound vibrational orifice. And when it is a blank slate or a blank creature that's genetically wears skin, just skin that's tuned better, you are able to do and glide wherever you need to go to record and do forensics. It's only when you wear a proboscis on your Prometheus that all of a sudden it becomes a problem. It's supposed to be so you become more angelic-like, and you become a messenger, and you become the carrier of the word of what transpired and what's broken in the universe in one language and in the main, like, human subset system. But apparently humans don't find this type of alien lineage amongst them helpful whatsoever. They don't want to pay for it. They don't want to congratulate it. They don't want to offer it mentorship, fellowship, sponsorship, courtship. They have put me literally in a sheetrock box with a UV light source. I mean, this is how disgusting this is. I have a UV light source that comes in to sanitize the air in the room, but the photons, look at this, my hand disappears. That is how high the light is in this dimension. I'm supposedly human, kind of, sort of, but I really don't like your examples of human, so I'm just a Prometheus with a proboscis at this point. But look at this. That's what they call sunlight out there. UV rays, sunlight. I know it's photon, it's gamma, but let's not get crazy. So anyway, I wrote today, I'm like, all right, so here's my my cosmic nursery, here's how I got stuck in Bayside Station, Bayside, New York, 11361, and wherever I've walked on this journey. I had a CG 1918, fell through a foxhole, got pulled in a foxhole. He found his way, he was quantumly strung to MM 1919. CG 1918, there was a wave function that was broken on his side of the machine in a NYX. If we're doing spatial plane of like NYX and like how does this fit together? Here we are. So I have, this is Aquarius, this is Alpha Aquarius, and this is Alpha Leo. The two of them came together. It quantumly, if you think of the universe, if there's a hole in space and time and you need a seamstress or a tailor, I've heard a wrinkle in time and then like you iron it out, right? Yeah, see, there's too much human ingenuity. Right. All right, so there's, then came LC 1949 and LG 1949. He was a Alpha Aquarius wave function problem that was picked up and radiated signal and subscript to, now this I call Under Armour. It is supposed to be a solid ring. It's supposed to be two solid rings in infinity. When the infinity system is together, it looks like this. Whether it's an 8, whether it's a whatever this is. But one side broke. It's still looped through, but it's open ring, which is a problem. So it causes a torus, a tear, a tore. It causes a tore in infinity. It's still hooked in astrological terms. You call that you call it a torus. I call it a tau. I'm a Rus Aja. Then you've got the Under Armour AU, right? No, UA. And the humans use this. Alexander James wears this a lot. It's called Under Armour. It looks like if you took the circle and you broke it apart and then part goes up, part goes down, that's what it looks like. Or two cosmic C's that cross over and have a small portion of overture in the center. All right, so that's Under Armour in wave function to explain what this, I mean, they call it a bull with horns because, again, you don't want to, that gets to like, is it an antenna with rabbit ears? Right, yeah, I'm not going too crazy with you humans and your imaginations. And then this wave function that got written into this pulled me in as, when I went through Foxhole, NC 1978. Now, I am the Leo, and I brought a Leo with me without intervention because there's no Aquarius inside of Jason Peter Romer's family. There's no Aquarius. So there was no approved wave function for him to ever be in my human lifetime. Just so we clear up some records. So Alexander James, who I put on record as being in the problem zone for sector and vector, because there's vector on top of sector, and then there's an intersection, which is usually what comes across. But for large measurement of angle and trajectory, he's just AJR, but he's a double clone of myself. So we didn't throw off the angle of 120 to 150 on, if I have a protractor. I mean, the letter, I told my kids this the other day. I'm like, the letter D, sweetheart. I was like, that's a protractor. Or it's the lens in the eye if you look this way. But the protractor, if you have the center pivotal and then you go 120 to 150. That's where him and I, so this way we didn't pull off and tear even further in the cosmology science while I'm trying to be found. Either sponsorship, courtship, whatever. I don't understand what takes humans so long for becoming useful. Never had a mentor here as a human. Never had really kindness bestowed upon me whatsoever. Maybe when I was young as a kid. But since, let's think. Since I was probably, since Niklaus left, let's just be honest. I mean, since he left and then they wouldn't let him return. When Jackie Liber took off and disappeared and in 7th grade, all shit hit the fan. Like, everything that could have been good in my life just fucking went to shit. And there has been nothing good ever since. Not a human, not an inkling of hope, nothing. But I still have, like, big time wave theory and actuality and how the cosmos are woven and how human biology stays sustainable on the planet. Right. It's still Earth. It's still, Hispaniola. I told Nietzsche on the car ride here, I'm like, there's something about Christopher Columbus and 1493. I was like, something to do with burning down all the white European men. I don't know what that was all about. I was like, but if that was an argument, whatever. So I was like, that happened. That inside of it has Tartuga, Tartuga, which is, and then it has Go Navi. Right. Okay. And then also there's a Navidad in Chile, but then they made it in like Hispaniola made it like Feliz Navidad, and I'm like, I'm still going with Serbia on the Novi Sad. Novi Sad. Yeah. You Novi, and I'm sad. Yeah, I'm going to go with that. Show me bad on the map. Well, the only bad I know is somewhere around Austria, Hungary, and Serbia. That's my kind of bad. Those are the bad boys that I like to protect me. I don't know where you have bad on the map, but that bad is good normally. Although I don't see any in this version of America. I'm just saying. Star 1978, star 8378, Nicole Cattaruzza. It's September 3rd, 2021. I told my little cat Scratch, my little Anthony, that story in the car today in front of Linda. She stayed quiet for once and let me do my actual parenting to the child of the corn. Right, he's my crop circle child of the corn, another hybrid that I made by myself since I don't have any Aquarius related humans in my genetic zone. And that's what's required for child rearing and child bearing, and for humans to actually have a leg to stand on when the Austrian, Hungarian, Serbian shows up. Go Navi! Right, because Novi, and he's sad. Me too. Just saying. So we've got Earth, solar system, Milky Way, and universe. I'm in Bayside Station, Bayside, New York, 11361.